Stev0.
What's the word?
Hey, man, we're going to try this again. Man, we're going to get this one out today, baby. Hey, it was about 5 games yesterday for the preseason, which is exciting. Today, we're going to talk about the Pelicans and Zion Williamson. What we expecting from Big Zion this season. We got the rookie watch. A couple of rookies made their debut over the last couple of days. Morant is back. So can we expect the Memphis Grizzlies to return to Western Conference goodness? And we're going to hit y'all with something different. The dunk of the night. Y'all going to like this one. Of course, we got to hit y'all with the intro.
Thank you for tuning in to the number one place for your basketball fix, NBA Central, hosted by the Cognac Boys.
All right, welcome to another episode of NBA Central. It's your boy Big Kev. We got Stev0 Speaks in the building. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Go ahead, follow us at NBA Central Pod wherever you like to receive your content. Preseason is in full swing, Stev0. We had the Pelicans and the Magic play yesterday. The Magic lost 104 to 106. Grizzlies defeat the Mavericks 121 to 116. Thunder over the Spurs 112 to 107, and the Jazz take care of business versus the Rockets 122 to 113. And Philly played New Zealand. They killed them 139 to 84. So we're not even gonna really talk about that one. But I do have a couple of things that I want to discuss. And first, we're gonna start with the Pelicans. What do we expect from the Pelicans this year, Steve? We had a pretty strong game. You know, most of these starters now in the preseason only starting playing about 20 minutes or so. But in 19 minutes last night, Zion Williamson had 8 for 11 from the field, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 16 points in just 19 minutes.
8 rebounds too.
Yeah, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Just fill the stat sheet. And if you're looking at it, okay, let's say he plays 35 minutes, he definitely getting 25 plus, a double-double, almost a triple-double in that with those types of numbers. How are we feeling about Zion? They say he done lost a little bit of weight. He's coming in focused. The way he went out last season, he got injured in the playoff game. How are we looking? What are we thinking about Zion this season in the Pelicans?
I think the story is Zion. I think the story is, did he do everything? Is he really getting his body under control where he can play as long as possible? Because we all know this team is going as far as Zion take them. And we seen that he took a stride in last year. That we seen that we could see him in the playoffs taking him for a long stride. But we seen in his last game where he went completely off, he got hurt. So that's the whole thing. Can he stay healthy? And I think the other part of it is getting acclimated with DeJounte Murray. That's the another big signing that happened over the offseason or trade, I should say, when it happened. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. And I think really it's not necessarily are they going to be necessarily big contenders, because I don't think their squad is at that point yet. I think it's more of an individual growth, kind of like what Orlando is going through. It Can they just make it to the playoffs, and can they look like a team for the future that if they get a couple pieces right, they solidify this team. Zion shows the world, not only the franchise, but the world, that he can be healthy and be a real contender in this league. That's the type of narrative I think they're looking for this whole season.
Yeah, I mean, and speaking of DeJounte Murray, 2 for 9 last night, 6 assists, 1 steal. So he's definitely going to have to get acclimated. Him and CJ McCollum are going to have to coexist in that backcourt. And we still don't know what's going to happen with Brandon Ingram, with BI. Is he going to be traded? They didn't give him the contract extension that he was looking for. And it's going to be, something to pay attention to over the first few weeks of the regular season. But hey, they also got Jordan Hawkins over there too, a guard out of UConn. He was a lottery pick for them last season.
They
And
at 18.
this season, we're looking to see if they're gonna give him a little bit more run out there, backing up CJ McCollum and DeJounte Murray, Steve-O.
Mm-hmm. He had a solid game too. He scored 18 points, one rebound, 2 assists. Most importantly, I think he's adding to his game that off dribble, because he was at the foul line 7 times, and it was 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. So if he's discovering that part of his game early, he's gonna be a real dynamic player for this team.
Okay. And moving on, man, we got the The Memphis Grizzlies, they played the Dallas Mavericks last night, and they had a solid victory over them, 121 to 116. But I'm wondering, how are they going to look this year? Two Western Conference teams with a bunch of questions, especially Memphis. They were a top 3 team prior to Ja Morant playing with guns and getting hurt and so on and so forth. But now he's back, even though he tweaked his ankle a little bit last night. I think that's just, that's nothing that just happens to basketball players. But you did see him get a crazy block where he jumped almost to the top of the backboard to beat it. But with him being back, they did pick up Zach Edey, and they're looking to make a little bit of a run in the Western Conference. How are you feeling about these guys? Marcus Smart is also back. Desmond Bain. I think all of them were hurt at some point last season. And even Brandon Clark is back as well. He had a
Yeah.
solid game last night with 17 points off the bench. How are you feeling about the Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference? Because it could come down between them and the Pelicans for who's going to get that last spot in the West or who's going to get that last 6 seed in the West as well.
Yeah, like I think when it comes to them, like health is gonna be a big thing as well because they're also waiting for Gigi Jackson to return. And I think he's gonna be a big reason or he's gonna be a big sign to show us what this team gonna be at full strength. And until then, I think they're just gonna be trying to get back into the rhythm of things, getting used to your players, getting the new players that's like Marcus Smart, Zach Edey. They still trying to find their flow. And then Luke Kennard, I mean, gonna get into his flow of things and everything. So I think we're gonna have to come back and look at this team probably around December, January, and see once GG returns how everybody else acclimated. Because there's also some players that took some nice steps in his team, like like Vince Williams Jr. as well. So yeah, it's a lot of people that didn't play that I think would be big contributors for this team. So it's a little early.
Yeah, I mean, they gave Desmond Bain a big contract. Jaren Jackson Jr. is still on this team. We know what he means
Yep.
defensively for the squad. We know what Brandon Clark means defensively for the squad as well. Maybe Scottie Pippen Jr. starts to crack the lineup for real and get some minutes this season. We don't know. That's always been his case of just being a preseason summer league kind of dude. But they go as far as Ja Morant takes them. And if Ja Morant can stay focused and healthy this season, I expect the Memphis Grizzlies to make a push for the playoffs, not just the play-in, but the playoffs itself. It's going to be hard in the Western Conference. We already know. But, hey, who knows what the Golden State Warriors are going to look like without one of their big three and Klay Thompson moving on to the Dallas Mavericks. And also, Marcus Smart didn't really get a chance to put his stamp on this team either defensively, and we know what he can bring on the perimeter. And they're going to be
And
expecting a
shooters.
look. Yeah, he can shoot as well, but they also expecting a little bit from Zach Edey. We already know how people up and down this panel feel about him. Some of us feel like he's not going to really translate well to the NBA. Some of us feel like he might be better than people think. I'm in the middle. I feel like he's going to be a solid rotational piece, a role player that can that can play really well. And if he develops any type of long range shot, he's going to carve out a nice career in the NBA.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. If not, he's gonna be Bogdanovich.
He did have 7 points, 6 points and 7 rebounds last night, a steal and a block, but he had 5 fouls in 18 minutes. So you already know that pick and roll is gonna eat him alive.
Yeah, he going to get some quick ass smaller fours and fives in the West. So I hope you're ready for it.
Yes, sir. Now we also had the Thunder and the Spurs play last night. I just wanted to touch on this a little bit with regard to um Harrison Barnes was a sneaky good signing for the San Antonio Spurs
Yeah,
to go along with Chris
Chris Paul.
Paul. These guys are going to affect winning. They're winners. Harrison Barnes is a champion, and they both have a wealth of experience. Obviously, Chris Paul been playing for damn near 20 years now, so we know what he brings to the table. But the San Antonio Spurs are going to be one of those teams that you got to watch for possibly making the play in and making a little bit of noise in the Western Conference, or even more than a play in if they can get everything together with what do they call him, the alien Victor Wembanyama out
The vat.
there. So hey, he's gonna improve just by having those veterans around him
They're
and
gonna
having Coach Popovich as well.
they gonna start winning immediately. Like I just by the Chris Paul move, then you add on such a significant role player, Harrison Barnes, who you have a nice person in Champagny who's been showing out in the summer league. He showed out a little bit last year, and he came out this game, gave you 22, 7 for 16 for shooting. Like you have a nice foundation here. You as well as you got Trey Jones, as well as you got the Stephon Castle in the draft. So yeah, I think with Wimby, they're gonna be a pretty good defensive team with Wimby there. You got a legend at point guard. You got a damn near, if he wants some rings, a Hall of Fame role player there. He did
Mhm.
want a ring. Now I think about it. So yeah, like you have a solid, more solid team that people might give this team credit for, and like you said, they are gonna be a sneaky team that I necessarily don't want to face in the play-in situation.
Yeah, and speaking of Stephon Castle, that takes us to our rookie watch. A couple of rookies got their debuts. Zach Edey played yesterday. We also saw over the weekend Dalton Connect get some run. We saw the Alex Sard for the Washington. Did the Washington play yet?
No,
I don't think they played yet, and Atlanta hasn't
no.
played yet either, so we haven't seen anything. They're going to be playing tonight. But then we also saw last night Reed Shepard, and it was kind of underwhelming, Steve-O. We're kind of high on this guy, but he was just 2 for 7 from the field and 0 for 4 from 3. He did have 3 rebounds and 3 assists and 1 steal, but hey, I did not like what I saw from Reed Shepard last night coming off the bench, playing, mostly against second string players or players that ain't even going to make the team against the
Yeah,
Utah Jazz. He going
he
to have to
gonna
step
fix
it
that.
up.
He gonna have to fix that. Like, yeah, he gonna have to come in and be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more assertive in position. Like, you gotta play like that third pick. And last night you weren't playing like that third pick. So yeah, I'm gonna need to see a little bit more of that.
But there's always a learning curve, correct? And as we can tell, because his teammate Cam Whitmore looked really, really good last night. 17 points, 6 for 8 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, and which is aggressive. He also had 3 steals to go along with all of that. So it's going to be a learning curve, man. You can't really just come in and dominate the way that people expect you to do, no matter where you were picked. You playing against NBA players, man, and they're going to make it hard on you no matter where you were picked.
Yep.
And now we also saw Stephon Castle last night. He went 2 for 3 from the field, and he also had 6 turnovers. That's crazy for somebody just expecting to run your offense. He did have 3 assists, but 6 turnovers in 19 minutes is another indication that it's a learning curve, no matter who you playing against.
Yeah. And I think that's such the good thing of Chris Paul being there that he don't have necessarily focus on that. And that's the thing. Like I always felt like he wasn't necessarily like a pass first type of person. Like to me, I see a lot of SCGA in him. So like he has his playmaking in his bag, but when he's just able to be aggressive and look for the bucket, which Chris Paul is going to allow him to be, I think that's more of the mindset he should go with him because we seen with it when he was aggressive, good things happen.
Yeah, we see what happened when he's aggressive, and that takes us to the dunk of the night. Stephon Castle caught himself a body last night. So you see what the young fella got in his bag when he decides to go and attack the basket. Coach Popovich said he puts his nose in the rim. That dude got ups and he caught himself a body. I know it felt good for him. It don't really count because it's the preseason, but it count over here
Oh,
on
it count.
Central, and it count for his teammates. As they was like, they was getting all into it. So shout out to Stephon Castle and all the rookies, man. But they all learning valuable lessons about playing basketball in the NBA. It don't matter if it's summer league or preseason or the regular season. These guys are going to make you earn every basket, every point, every touch. You're going to have to earn it, man. It's not as easy as it is in college and high school. Even just basic passes, you got to be ready
Yeah.
for people like Alex Caruso to play the passing lanes, even if you're just trying to swing it to the person right next to you. So
Yep.
I'm excited to see what this new crop of rookies have to do are going to do this
We
upcoming
got a
season.
rookie to watch tonight.
Yes, sir. Go ahead and tell us about it.
Yeah, we got the Chicago Bulls versus the Cleveland Cavaliers, 6 o'clock. Marcus Buzelas will have his preseason debut tonight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. And if you guys want to see the best live caller in all of sports, You get to watch C-Dub do his thing over on the Shot Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub and Bobby. Stevo will be joining them as well. I'll be at work, but you guys will see me in and out throughout the season. We do have 5 games tonight, Stevo. So the Heat and Hornets. The Hornets playing their second game in the preseason. Bulls and Cavaliers both playing their first game in the preseason. Suns and Pistons, they're playing tonight. This their second game. Then we got the number 1 overall pick making his debut over on NBA TV versus the Indiana Pacers, the Hawks and the Pacers going at it. And then you got the Nets and the Clippers. Rookies galore on all of these teams making their debuts. Some of them playing their second game. But we are the most excited about seeing Matas Buzelis out here in Chicago, see if he can make some noise. He says that he wants to win Rookie of the Year, and if he doesn't, that's on him. Well, tonight is his opportunity to show and showcase what his skill set is. All right, man, we're going to get up out of here. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us over here on NBA Central. Don't forget to follow the rest of the Chi-Town sports family from Chicago Bears Central to Bulls Central, Sky Central, Blackhawks Central, Chicago White Sox, and Cubs Central, and then the aforementioned Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub, and Bobby. Steve-O, we're going to get this one out, baby. This one is going to be out.
Bro, this definitely getting out of me.
And we'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.
This